there's been a steady increase in ADA lawsuits. You can see right here the numbers. That it's going up, and a lot of people are saying it's because of AI and automated tools that will allow people to quickly scan websites and everything. You've got about 400 lawsuits a month happening, and they say that makes up about 95% of all the demand letters. So 95% of the people who get a demand letter are going to settle out of court. They're not going to get an attorney. They're not going to do anything. So what they do is these predatory attorneys send out demand letters like crazy. They're sending out thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of these demand letters nonstop. The average person sees the demand letter and they settle out of court. A lot of people over on Reddit are saying that they've been getting, there's all kinds of Reddit posts talking about the demand letters and everything else. And a lot of these people are saying that they get the demand letter and just ignore it. That's a bad thing to do, because now there's proof that you knew the website was not ADA compliant, but you didn't do anything about it. And the fines can be anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 per incident. And you've also got lawsuits. And if you're a medical website, then you can lose the ability to accept Medicaid and Medicare. So the new rules go into effect this month, and those new rules say if you're a doctor, a plastic surgeon, a dentist, and your website's not ADA compliant, not only can you get fined $25,000 to $50,000, but you can also lose the ability to take Medicaid and Medicare, and you can get sued. And when you look, you've got 98% of the websites that are currently online are not ADA compliant. So that means the majority of web developers either do not know how to make a website ADA compliant, or they just don't make the website ADA compliant. But when the lawsuit comes, it's not against the web developer, it's against the company. So over and over, you've got people talking about, and if you look, people use those plugins. Those plugins do not make the website ADA compliant. As a matter of fact, this says that 25% of the lawsuits are filed against the widget themselves. So those overlays and plugins make you a target. People actually target you because of the overlay and plugin. And you can see all the laws. I mean, the laws have changed. The laws go into effect this month. And a lot of medical doctors should be worried about what's going on, but a lot of them don't. And you can see right here, it's got the deadlines. If you've got more than 15 employees, May the 11th, 2026, if you're a medical company, then you have to be ADA compliant. If you've got fewer than 15 employees, then by May the 10th, 2027. But people are starting to hurt for money, and what they look for is an easy way to make money, and these lawsuits are an easy way to make money. If you look at your website right here, you look at services, and every one of these industries are going to get wow, that's going all over the place. What's going on? All of these services, e-commerce is the number one most sued out of all of them, because it's a complicated website and an easy lawsuit. Healthcare is also one that's getting sued, and more so now because of the new laws. So if you look right here, these are your current customers right here. And if you look at your website has 64 contrast errors, and 4 regular errors on the headings and stuff like this. These are the tools they're using to sue people, but these tools only show about 20% of what's really happening. And in addition to this, if you look at the page load time, if this first content pane isn't in under a second, then Google can't spider the site. If the largest content pane isn't in under 2.5, there's a ranking penalty, but also the test that Google did on their ad network showed that if the website takes just 3 seconds to load, it will lose 53% of its traffic. So y'all do marketing, and if you look, you've got all kinds of coding errors. The W3C validator right here, this is the company that has set the standards for the ADA compliance. One error can make the website not ADA compliant. So, and if you were a writer and you were writing content and you didn't validate the content, if you didn't check it in some type of spell check or something, you wouldn't look very professional. So professionals should validate their code, and this is full of coding errors. But here's your customers right here. Somebody needs to get in touch with your customers. This makes them a target. That does not fix the website. It makes them a target. So somebody needs to get in touch with your customers, and if you care about your customers, it's a service that y'all could be offering. This one's got ADA compliance errors. This is a medical site. If they take any type of Medicaid and Medicare, they can get sued and fined, and also lose the ability to do that. So every one of your customers can get sued and fined. But also, y'all do marketing, and this website would rank better. Google could spider it better, and it would perform better, and it would convert better if this was under a second and this was under 2.5. And these errors, I mean, you shouldn't have errors on the website either. So if y'all wanted to do a service to your customer, there's an opportunity here to reconnect with the customer and fix these problems before they get sued and put out of business, because they've gone crazy with these letters now. These demand letters, when you go to Reddit now, everybody's talking about getting demand letters and everything else, and they're sending them out like crazy because it's easy money. People are paying $20,000 just to stay out of court. And all your websites are this way. Like I said, 98% of the websites currently online, and a lot of web developers and web designers will tell you, oh, it's impossible. Well, this is one of my websites. This is a shopping cart here. If you look, there's no errors. You just go through, and when it says there's an error, you fix it. If you look at the wave report, there's nothing in here for the contrast errors. And you know, the load times is under a second for the first content paint, and under 2.5 for the largest content paint. And if you go into the shopping cart part itself, I mean, this has got parts and stuff in here. If you go in here and look, 0 contrasting errors. You've got 0 on the validation, and the page loads in 1 second on both of them. So it can be done. It's just a matter of wanting to do it. And the same with like my main website. This one right here, 0 errors. And this one's got like 20,000 pages on it talking about ADA compliancy stuff. And it's got one, you see, this is why you've got to check it. You've got to scan these things every month. Somebody's messed with the homepage now, and this is just a warning, but that needs to be fixed too. But this is a link that's already, this is a redundant link. So the link's up here in the header and the link's down here. So that needs to be fixed. But if you look at the load times, again, it's 1 second and 1.2. If y'all wanted to do a service for your customers, and you wanted to show them not only that you care about them, then somebody should be, and I'll even do the report for you to send to them, but somebody should be contacting your customers and letting them know that the laws have changed, and there's people have gone crazy sending out these lawsuits and all now. And they need to take care of this, and it's even a service that y'all could offer them. I'll show you the code, where to fix it, what to do, and everything else. But these predatory lawsuits need to be stopped, and the people in the position to do it are the marketing companies that have been dealing with these customers already. And it's a service that you can offer the customer, and then you can even scan it once a month and charge them for scanning it as well. But it's an opportunity to stop the predatory lawsuits, and it's an opportunity to make money off of it as well. So I don't see why marketing companies and web design companies aren't going back to their original customers and trying to do something, because like I said, it puts money in your pocket and it saves your customers from a headache, and you're in the best position to talk to these customers and do something about it.